What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today we're going to be talking about the Ethereum forks, Ethereumfair, as well as ETH proof of work, or ETHW. So these are both coins that you might have already. If you had Ethereum a couple of weeks ago, let's just say you had 20 Ethereum in your wallet, you're going to have an exact copy of 20 Ethereum W and 20 Ethereum Fair. Now, are these coins going to be worth anything? A lot of people kind of expect this to sort of be a cash grab, maybe like the Doge chain or a few other forks of some other coins where they're not really worth anything and people are just trying to make a quick buck. Because it is essentially that. It's essentially free money that you got airdropped to your wallet because they decided to take the chain and carbon copy it into a completely different chain. Or basically the same chain, but separate. So that's what Ethereum proof of work and Ethereum Fair is. Definitely look into it, especially if you have Ethereum in your wallet and you had it in there for the past couple of weeks. Now, the question on people's minds is this going to continue to be worth something? I mean, don't pay too much attention to the prices today and to how much they're up right now, because we will talk about why they're extremely volatile in the current moment. But Ethereum proof of work, or ETHW, is at $13, up 59% today, while Ethereum Fair is up 185% with $2.2. So worth significantly less than normal Ethereum, but still nonetheless quote-unquote free money. So some of the things that I did here, I just wanted to see what is the value of these coins right now compared to the rest of the crypto market cap. So we're going to look at that. But before we do, these coins do have precedent. We've seen this happen before where you had a major cryptocurrency, in fact, the most major cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, being forked multiple times. And all of, well, not all, but most of Bitcoin's forks, especially their first ones, are still viable cryptocurrencies today. They're still competing cryptocurrencies. They haven't faded off into the dust with the other 13,000 cryptocurrencies. So those three coins are Bitcoin Cash, and then we have Bitcoin SV, and then the most recent one, eCash, or Bitcoin Cash ABC. So these are all forks of the Bitcoin network, and just taking a look at these three coins, what are they worth right now in comparison to every other crypto? Bitcoin Cash is ranked 32, $117 with a market cap of $2.2 billion. Bitcoin SV currently has a market cap of $951 million, and eCash currently has a market cap of $783 million. So these are not insignificant numbers. Again, these are competing coins. They're all in the top 100, even though they were the same type of quote-unquote free money that Ethereum proof of work and Ethereum Fair are. So some other things to note is this isn't the case with every single other coin. I mean, you can fork basically any coin out there, but if you do, there's very, very low chance that people are going to give a crap about your coin at all. Now, there is a very large amount of people, well, I wouldn't say very large, but there's a significant amount of people that believe that Ethereum's proof of work system is better than the post-merge proof of stake system that we have right now. So because there are so many supporters of the former proof of work system, I do think that there's a potential for this entire ecosystem to continually develop and grow over time and not just stagnate and be, Ethereum's forked coin that has a ghost chain. And some other things to kind of compare this to, if you guys are a little confused, you have Ethereum Classic, which is essentially another fork of Ethereum in its past. And then you also have, well, Ethereum Classic is sort of the downgraded version of this Ethereum proof of work, and then current Ethereum is the upgraded version, the most up-to-date version of Ethereum altogether. That's the layman's terms of putting it. It's a lot more complicated than that, but hopefully you guys will understand sort of what these coins are in terms of their development cycle for where Ethereum has sort of gone so far. So next up, we can talk about the market cap for these things. So right now, if you go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, it doesn't have a market cap because it doesn't have the circulating supply. Now, this is not entirely correct, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about why in a second. But essentially, because it's both of these coins are a fork of Ethereum from maybe 2 weeks ago, the supply is pretty close to the same as Ethereum right now, with the exception of something else that we'll talk about a little bit later. So Ethereum proof of work, I did some numbers here. The current circulating supply of Ethereum, I just plugged that in for ETH PoW, and that's going to give us a market cap right now at $13.02, what it's worth right now, a market cap of $1.6 billion. So that's pretty insane right now. I think it's going to be putting it close to where Shiba Inu is if we scroll down here and see where is $1.2 billion. Let's see. Shiba Inu is NID. We'll talk about that later. That's the all-time high of Ethereum proof of work. It's going to put it, I think, near where Quant is. So $1.2 billion is about right here. I'm sorry, $1.6 billion. Messing myself up here. So $1.6 billion is right around where Quant and ICP is, close to about rank 40. So I think that's a pretty realistic expectation to see where Ethereum proof of work should be right now. And in the future, if there is development and acceptance and adoption for this coin, then we could see it rise a little bit more, or we could see it fall off the planet if people just completely abandon this altogether, which is definitely a possibility. But nonetheless, I do think that it's in a good point. Now, some other things to note with coins like this, I mean, we can take a look at Bitcoin Cash and all of Bitcoin's forks, really. They're super volatile when they first launch. I mean, Bitcoin Cash, $700, then it went down to $200, and that's pretty much a carbon copy of what we're seeing with Ethereum proof of work. A huge dump after the launch, and then another huge pump after the launch, all the way up to $3,785, and again, shortly after that, gigantic dump down to $638. So you're gonna have some volatility in this coin. So if you do decide to kind of FOMO into this, be prepared for that. Be prepared for that to happen. It's not guaranteed, but this coin could rocket up and it could crash hard, or it could just crash hard and rocket back up. Who knows? It's still really in price discovery at the current moment, I think. So that's what's going on with Ethereum proof of work. And another thing to note before we move on here to Ethereum Fair is the all-time high. This is where I was talking about with that volatility. This is only 22 days ago, basically when it first launched. It had an all-time high of $58.54, and that would put it at a market cap of where Shiba Inu is right now, which is about, what is it here, Shiba Inu, about $6 billion market cap. That's what it would have been at that all-time high, close to about $6 billion market cap. So can it get there? I do think so. I don't think that that's completely out of the ordinary for Ethereum proof of work to get back to the top 10, top 20 range. And that's because we've seen it happen before with Bitcoin and its forks. Both Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, I believe both of them were in the top 20 for a pretty good long duration after they were created. So ETH PoW, I think there's precedence for it to get back up there to that $58 mark. So keep that in mind. Now, there's other forks that are out there like Ethereum Fair. Now, I don't know too much about Ethereum Fair, so I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video, but it's the same thing. You guys own some of this if you had Ethereum pretty close to when the merge happened. Again, 20 Ethereum, it's not going to be worth much. Like 20 ETH on Ethereum network is worth a lot. 20 ETH on Ethereum Fair is worth about $40 right now. So this one, again, still has room to grow, just like with Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV. You might have your third place Ethereum as well for the miners that support this. And right now, I think that this coin, we did the market cap right here. It has a market cap of $263 million. And again, if we see it rise up to where the Shiba Inu levels is, that's a potential 25x to $55. Not too shabby. But again, I didn't do too much research on Ethereum Fair or Ethereum proof of work for that matter. So do proceed with caution with all of these things. There is a team behind both of these, though. I will say that this isn't just sort of a grift entirely and going to become a ghost chain guaranteed. So there are people that do believe in the Ethereum proof of work system. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of how this coin in particular develops over time. I'm not FOMOing into it. I'm not buying it, even though you have some crazy percentage movements. Maybe if you're a swing trader, that's going to appeal to you, but Like I said, it's definitely a coin or two coins really to keep an eye on. And now the last thing that I'll mention about the market caps for these coins is it's not entirely accurate, because I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think that some of the Ethereum that was airdropped, or basically 1-to-1 ratio airdropped to the wallets out there, is unattainable. And I think that the reason for that is because of validators. A lot of Ethereum was locked up in validators, and since I believe Ethereum Proof of Work and Ethereumfair do not have validators, I don't think there's a way to extract that Ethereum back out of the ecosystem. So that would make the market cap, or this total supply, lower for both of these coins, which would push the market cap up even more. So that's something to keep in mind. These are not 100% accurate numbers, and over time I think that these numbers are going to be even more distorted because of the way that mining works and how the issuance of coins works for mining versus validating with Ethereum, where it is right now with proof of stake. So this, you're going to have to, I mean, they'll figure out the circulating supply eventually, but that's just something to keep in mind right now. So definitely do your research on both of these coins. They both have explorers and communities to get involved with. And if you want to mine these things, these might be really, really good coins to mine if we're seeing these coins shoot back up to their all-time highs. I mean, ETH PoW, like I said, $58. You can get some pretty good profits for that if it does go back up to where that was. And even with Ethereum Fair, $20, that's 10x from where it is right now. Not too shabby of a gain if you're mining these coins and getting them for free right now, because honestly, there probably isn't a whole lot of miners on here on the systems for ETH Fair and ETH Proof of Work, so you can probably get a lot from using a GPU if you have that kind of system. So that is everything for this video. I wanted to keep these coins on your guys' radar, and honestly, I'm going to be sort of glued to their communities to seeing what's happening, and maybe nothing will happen. Like we've seen that happen with a few coins that we've talked about in the past. There's no guarantee that things are going to happen, but I'm not going to miss it if we do start to see some development and some movement from these coins. I want to make sure that I know what's going on. So that is everything for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to follow me on Patreon to get access to my videos 2 to 3 days earlier than everyone else here on YouTube, then definitely head on over to Patreon. It's only $3 a month, as well as liking, commenting, and subscribing if you guys are interested in talking about this as well. I also have a Telegram chat and a Discord chat for my Patreon people. I haven't really talked too much in that. There really isn't a whole lot going on in crypto, to be honest, as we're kind of in this crab market, this sideways movement. But I think as we go up over time, there's going to be a lot more to talk about later. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.